Hey everyone, it's 8 o'clock. Welcome to at Kane Interior Design on Instagram Live, and I'm MJ, chair of the Interior Design Department at Kane University. So I want to say welcome to everybody. Maybe I should probably give a few minutes for people to actually join, but I see a lot of people coming on. I'm actually recording this in multiple formats, so if I don't put a comment in on Instagram Live, it's because the phone's actually a little bit farther away from me. And I'm recording this now, and I'm going to be looking at my laptop primarily, but so please don't be offended if it looks like I'm not looking at you on Instagram. But anyway, welcome back to a new academic year, fall 2023. And for those of you who didn't know, we start tomorrow. So if you have a Thursday class, it meets tomorrow. Usually in the past, we've started after Labor Day, but this year we are starting before Labor Day. So we have class tomorrow and Friday, and then we're off already on Monday. So that's mostly for the freshmen and new students that are coming in. Just be prepared that yes, we do have class tomorrow. But also, hopefully, for those freshmen that did the summer T2K class, I hope you enjoyed that and you got a little bit of a taste of what it's like to come to school at Kane. Yeah, and I want to give a special shout out to all of our new students, the incoming freshmen, the transfer students, and I want to give a shout out to all the people that are coming back. So, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. I want to give a shout out to all the people that graduated in May. And hopefully, you are still following us and still keeping track of what's going on with your alma mater. So, congrats to all those people that graduated, and I know for a fact that most of you already have jobs. So that's really great. I think that's really a function of the fact that we require you guys to get internships. A lot of you guys turned your internships into jobs. For those of you who have not gotten an internship or a job yet, that internship can be pretty crucial in terms of the beginning of your working career. I also want to say thank you and give a shout out to the faculty. So, myself, Linda, and Natalie, who are the full timers, there's only 3 full-time faculty in the interior design program. But we have, I don't know, 15, 16, something like that, adjuncts. We have 3 new ones that if hopefully you get the email blast from KUIDSO. But our family of adjuncts is growing, so that's a really great thing. And in line with that, I also wanted to let you guys know. You've seen the annoying emails that I've sent out that we are working on a brand new curriculum for the interior design program, which is just going to improve on the great program that we already have. And basically, it's going to be a lot of classes that are primarily focused on interior design. So we are actually, believe this or not, going to have less GE classes and more interior design, and more classes that are specific to interior design. So for instance, you're not going to have to take art history anymore. You're going to take the history of interior design, and a lot of things like that. We are revamping the internship process, and also in the very near future, thesis is going to be 2 semesters, not just one. So you're going to spend 1 semester completely on the research part of your thesis, and then you'll do another semester, which is the design part. But that doesn't start until spring. So my thesis guys that are starting tomorrow, you are the last class in which a thesis will only be 1 semester. What else did I want to say? Oh, I don't know how many of you saw the president's address today. Dr. Repollet gave an address. It might have only been to the faculty. I'm not sure. But anyway, he said that Kane's enrollment is up for this year. So that's a really good thing. Kane is getting really popular. A lot of students are coming to us and getting their educations here. But it turns out for our program, this year's incoming class is actually a little bit smaller than the classes that we've had in the past. Now, I don't know if it was a function of COVID, but in the 2 years in which we were fully online, we had the biggest number of incoming students. And this year for the fall of 2023, it's a little bit smaller. It's okay. And, it just makes it a little bit more comfy and cozy and intimate for us to get all thanks, Julia. To get to know each other. But it just means that we're going to be a much more closer knit group of designers than in the past. That's okay. But what it does mean, now this is important, is that parking might be a little bit more difficult than it has in the past. And for you guys that have been here 3 or 4 years, you know that parking is not the easiest thing in the world. So, for those of you that are new, make sure that you get here way before the start of your class time. So if your first class is at 9:30 and you get here at 9:25, you're not going to get a parking spot, most likely. Or if you get a parking spot, it's going to be way across campus and not at the Green Lane Academic Building. Okay? And in case, if most of you didn't know, the parking spaces at Green Lane are actually bigger than any of the other parking lots on the Kane campus. Now, why did they do that? Of course, they did that because they wanted to squeeze in as many parking spots as they can. At Green Lane, the spots are nice and spacious so that you won't get door dings, right? But if you have to park across the street in front of Kane Hall, unless you're parked on an end cap, you're probably going to get a dent somewhere on your car, and nobody wants that because we all want to. We don't want to have to spend our money on fixing our cars. Okay, so just be warned. There's a lot more people coming to Kane than in past years. So just try to get here as early as possible so that you can get a nice parking spot. Unless you want to use that as your way to exercise, then you can go ahead and park in front of Vaughn Ames and walk all the way across campus and get your steps in if you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or whatever, or anything that's charting your activity, then that's a way that you can get all nice and exercised up. All right, so the one message that I wanted to give you guys, as the chair of the department, whatever that means, I wanted to have a theme for this year. And the theme that I wanted to have is design your life. All right. So what I mean by that is there are many ways that we show ourselves to be designers. And remember that designers are leaders. And so we always, through everything we want to do, we want to be the ones who are determining the direction and the path of our lives. So that comes first and foremost by doing that with your education. Now, the analogy that I want to give to you is a gym, right? So we just talked about exercising. A lot of you guys I know have gym memberships, right? And so you go to a gym and you give them your money, right? But they don't give you health, right? They don't give you weight loss. They don't give you muscles. You give them money so that you can go and exercise, use their equipment, take classes, have a private trainer, or whatever it is that you do to get healthy. That's kind of what design school is, right? You come in here, you got accepted, and you pay your tuition, but the professors aren't going to be giving you anything. You have to take your education and make something out of it, right? Because when you become a designer and somebody comes to you and says, hey, can you design my office for me? Or can you design my house? Or can you design this and that? It's not going to be about somebody else telling you how to do it. You are the one that's going to be directing all of the action. You're going to put vendors in their place and say, I need this by this certain time. You're going to put contractors in their place and say, hey, you need to put a wall up here and make this space however size and however tall. And you're going to put clients in their place too. If a client didn't need us, they wouldn't hire us, right? So as a designer, we are leaders of the whole entire thing. So you have to get in the practice right now of what it means to be a leader. And the very first thing that you can do about that is leading your own education. Okay, so we don't want to hear this talk anymore about, well, my professor didn't do this for me, or the school didn't do this for me. No, you are supposed to be taking the information that's put out there, right? We give you the information that every designer needs to know, but it's you who has to go and take that information and do something with it. All right, so no longer should you be expecting that other people give you stuff or that you're owed something. You need to go into your education thinking, wow, there's so much information out there. What am I going to do with it? Right? And start looking forward to what it's going to be like when you know what to do with it. I'm really kind of tired and I'll say it, annoyed by the fact that I'll show you guys beautiful drawings, right? Or beautiful photos of beautiful interiors. And so many of you guys look at that stuff and you say, I can't do that, or I'll never be able to do that. Well, then what's the point of you being in this school, right? What you want to do is see all that amazing stuff and be the one who learns how to do your own version of that, right? So don't be the person who's always looking at other people's content. Be the person who is going to make that content that millions of other people look at. Right? Social media is such a big force in our lives these days. And for most of us, we look at what all the amazing things that other people are doing. But what we should be striving to do is be the person that puts that stuff out there for other people to be jealous about, right? So other people can want the skills and the talents and the energy and the enthusiasm that we have. Okay, so when we get into it, we're deep in the semester, and you're worried about, I've got all these classes to take care of, and I've got all of these other things outside of school that I have to worry about. What you want to try to do is make sure that you are directing for yourself how all of that stuff is going. Now, we're all here around to help each other. Your professors want to be helpful. Your fellow students want to be helpful. The alumni want to be helpful. All the professionals out there that have a relationship with Kane, they all want to be helpful. So please, please, please don't feel like you have to do it alone. There are plenty of people who have been in your place before, and they've all been successful. We've had so many success stories. And we want to make you the next success story, okay? But all that has to be led by yourself, right? Think about what kind of life it is that you want to lead, and then you have to just kind of put everything in place to make that happen. It's not going to be given to you. There's no traditional path in this field. No one is waiting for you outside of the Prudential Center's gates when you graduate and say, here's a job, come work for me. It's not the way that it works. You've got to go out there. You've got to put yourself out there and be somebody who participates in design. Be somebody who leads by design. Even though you're young and even though you're not established yet, you can still prove yourself to be a leader even at this way, way early stage. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but I am really excited to get back into the swing of things as far as school goes. I can't wait to meet all the new students and talk to you guys, those of you who aren't new students, about what you did over the summer. And yeah, I think that's it. Please know that if you have any concerns, if you ever want to talk about what, how you're feeling about your education, myself and Natalie and Linda, Professor O'Shea, we're all there for you. So, there's a lot of students, but we'll always try to make time for you guys to figure out what it is that you need to be successful, whether it's in your class or, just being successful at life. Please don't be afraid to approach us and have a conversation with us about it. Okay. So I promised myself I would make this short. It's about 15 minutes. And again, this is going to be recorded. I guess it's going to turn into a reel on Instagram. But I've also recorded it, so I'm going to post this on YouTube as well. Also, if you're watching this and you don't get the big email blast from KUIDSO.com, please reach out to me or anybody, and I will do whatever it takes to get you onto that list. I think I got everybody, but there might be a few new people that still are not getting the email blast. And I know your generation does not like to read emails, but the email system is the only thing that every single person in the interior design program has. So please make it a part of your routine to check your emails, especially your Kane email. And because that's really the only way that we can reach out to you. And that KUID blast has job postings, internship postings, events that are happening, and so on and so forth. I guess the last thing I'll say is please join KUIDSO if you're not sure what that means. Kane University Interior Design Students Organization. I know that Gina and the crew have a whole series of events planned for you guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So please join IDSO, and be a part of that. Again, that's another step in terms of taking the reins on your own education and making something out of it. All right. We're not wearing masks in class. Masks are optional. You still need to be vaccinated, but we are totally in person except for a couple of exceptions. So, again, I can't wait to see you guys in school tomorrow in person. And yeah, let's make it a great academic year. And remember to design your life. All right, that's all I got for you guys for now. I should be doing a number of these over the course of the semester, and I will see you when I see you. Ciao.